My name is Ting, and before people whispered my name with fear, before the tabloids wrote about my tragedy, I was simply a young woman with a dream. Since childhood, I wanted to be an actress. Growing up in the lively streets of Bangkok, I imagined myself on the big screen, becoming someone else, someone braver, stronger, or more beautiful. My family wasn't wealthy, but I had determination. I went to auditions, took small jobs, and told myself that one day the world would know my name. But dreams have shadows, and I didn't know that mine would lead me into the darkest place imaginable. My first real break came in an unusual way. A well-known director, Suthep, noticed me during a minor stage play. He wasn't interested in me for a leading role, though. Instead, he offered me something strange, to play the victim in his horror movies. At first, I didn't understand. No lines, no dramatic scenes, just lying still, lifeless, pretending to be dead. He said my body had a natural stillness, that my face could capture the tragedy of death in a way others couldn't. It sounded morbid, but it was an opportunity, and in this industry, opportunities were rare. So I said yes. The first shoot was chilling. They covered me in fake blood, arranged my body on the cold floor, and set the cameras rolling. I thought it would feel silly, but the silence of the set, the way the crew whispered as if they were in a real crime scene, it got under my skin. As I lay there motionless, I almost believed I was dead. The film released, and though my role was small, audiences noticed me. People wrote online about how real the dead girl looked. Some said it was haunting. Others said it made them shiver. That realism brought me more work, always as the victim. Soon, I became the go-to actress for corpses. Every week, I was stabbed, strangled, drowned, or beaten on camera. Each role blurred the line between performance and reality a little more. At first, I laughed it off. But then, strange things began to happen. One night, after shooting late, I left the studio alone. The hallways were dim, the fluorescent lights flickering. As I walked toward the elevator, I caught a reflection in the steel doors, another face, pale and lifeless, hovering behind me. My breath caught, but when I turned, no one was there. I told myself it was exhaustion. Yet the unease followed me home. Shadows seemed to shift in my apartment, and sometimes, when I lay down to sleep, I felt cold fingers brushing my skin. Then came the whisper. During a shoot where I played a strangled woman, the actor leaned over me to inspect the body. As he crouched, I heard a faint voice by my ear. "Help me." I bolted upright, breaking the scene. The director yelled, furious at me for ruining the take, but I didn't care. That voice, it wasn't imagined. It was raw, desperate. From then on, every time I played a victim, the atmosphere thickened. Lights flickered. Props moved. Sometimes I woke with bruises on my body, marks that matched the cause of death I had acted out. The breaking point came when we filmed a scene based on a true crime. Her name was Som. A young woman murdered by her boyfriend, her body found broken and discarded. The case had shocked Thailand. And now, the director wanted me to recreate her death. They dressed me in Som's clothes, painted bruises across my arms and neck. As I lay there, waiting for the cameras, a strange heaviness filled me. My chest tightened, my vision blurred, and for a moment, I wasn't Ting anymore. I was Som. I saw flashes of her final night. Her boyfriend's rage, her desperate screams, the betrayal in his eyes. My heart pounded even though I lay still. When the director yelled, "Perfect," everyone clapped. But I couldn't move. My body was frozen, my mind still trapped in her memory. That night, Som visited me in a dream. She stood in the corner of my room, her face pale, her mouth dripping blood. She didn't speak, only stared with hollow eyes. When I woke, I found dark bruises circling my wrists. I tried to ignore it, but Som wasn't done with me. Thought I could escape her. After that night when Som whispered in my ear, I tried to quit acting. I told myself I would take a break, maybe return to commercials or modeling. But the phone kept ringing, and the offers kept coming, not for cheerful roles, not for comedies or romances, but always for the victim. I turned them down at first. Yet every time I said no, strange things happened. My electricity would cut out. My phone would buzz with static. At night, my apartment door would rattle as if someone were trying to break in. And then came the dreams. Some was no longer standing at a distance. Now, she sat on the edge of my bed, Her face was pale, her eyes wide with eternal fear. Sometimes she smiled, but it was the kind of smile that made my blood run cold, twisted, broken. Other times, she whispered the same words again and again. You are me. You are me. You are me. I woke up screaming almost every night. My neighbors complained, thinking I was going insane. Maybe I was. But I knew the truth. Sam had chosen me as her vessel. The next call came from director Sudhep himself. I have something perfect for you, he said with excitement in his voice. It's a courtroom scene. Very emotional. You will play Sam again. We're showing the trial of her murderer. I froze. I don't want to. But before I could finish, the lights in my apartment flickered violently. The mirror on my wall cracked, splitting my reflection into jagged pieces. I dropped the phone, shaking, but I knew what it meant.
Some wanted me to say yes. And I did. The courtroom.
The set was built to resemble a courtroom, complete with judges, lawyers, and witnesses. My role was simple, to appear as a corpse reconstruction, showing the jury Sam's injuries. They dressed me in her blood-stained clothes again, painted fresh bruises onto my skin, and positioned me on the floor. But as the cameras rolled, something happened. The air grew thick, suffocating. I couldn't move, couldn't breathe. My chest rose and fell too quickly, though I was supposed to remain still. Then, through the haze, I saw him. The man playing Sam's boyfriend, her murderer. Except in my eyes, it wasn't an actor. It was him, the real man. His face twisted with rage, his hands reaching for me.